Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to week 9 of my weight loss journey. So if you're new, my name is Michelle, I'm a mom of 2 boys, and I'm currently on a journey to lose 65 pounds. So my starting weight for this is 185 pounds and I'm trying to get to 120 pounds, and I am taking this journey very slowly, mainly because I have an 11-month-old son who is still breastfeeding, and anytime I make drastic changes to like my diet or anything like that, then my milk supply decreases drastically. And since I started this journey about 9 weeks ago, I've been saying when he turns 1, I'm going to reevaluate and see if I'm going to make more drastic changes to my diet, which I do think I will make some changes, and I'm already starting to make some changes. However, I think taking this journey really slowly is helping me keep going in the long run. Mainly all I'm doing is being a lot more mindful about what I'm eating instead of just kind of eating anything and everything. I'm swapping out unhealthy things for healthier alternatives. I'm not going completely like only eating healthy foods, only like eating a certain amount of food a day. Like I'm not counting my calories whatsoever. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to count my calories, at least anytime soon, just because I tend to restrict myself way too much when I do that. And I've tried losing weight a few times in the past, and every single time I generally do the whole counting my calories thing, limiting the amount of food, being super restrictive on like what kinds of foods, and it works really good for the time being, but I can only keep that up for so long, and eventually I give up on it and I go back to eating how I would eat before, and I gain a ton of weight. So this actually happened to me about 2 years ago now, when I was trying to get pregnant with my son. I was trying to lose weight from my first son, and I did like intermittent fasting, but I took it to the extreme. And I would go like 24 to 48 hours without eating, and I ended up losing like 15 pounds in a month. Like, it was crazy, but obviously you can't keep doing that forever, and I got hungry and I was just like, okay, I'm done with this. I can't do this anymore, and I started eating again, and I gained 20 pounds. So I lost 15 and gained 20, so I ended up gaining 5 pounds in the long run by doing that, and I just don't think that's best for me. So instead of like restricting what kinds of foods that I'm going to be eating and like counting calories and just stressing out about it like that, I'm trying to do this in the most healthy and sustainable way that I can do possibly for me and my body. I'm not saying this is what's going to work best for you. Everybody's body is different, and personally for me, these really restrictive diets do not last. And so far I'm on week 9 and I'm still going. I normally give up by now, so I'm really proud of myself. I honestly think having my journey here on YouTube is helping me out a ton and keeping me accountable, so thank you guys for being so supportive. It really is helping me out. But I'm officially starting to make some changes to my diet. So before, like I said, I was just being a little bit more mindful and making like healthier alternatives, trying not to eat out as much, but now I'm really focusing on just smaller portion sizes, because I'm the type of person that loves food. I love to overeat. I will literally go back for seconds when I'm already full just because the food tastes good, and then I'm like so full that I literally can't even move. That's not the healthiest, and that's what I would do all the time, and I wonder why I gained so much weight. But anyways, I'm trying to limit my portion sizes, so not necessarily like only giving myself a tiny amount of food, but right now I'm just allowing myself to have 1 plate of food instead of like 2 or 3 plates of food, just because it tastes good, not because I'm hungry. And trying to like listen to my body, not eat because you're bored, not eat because it tastes good. Just I'm trying to only eat when I'm hungry, and kind of eat a little bit slower, let my food digest, and then decide if I'm still hungry. Do I want to go back for more? Do I want to like wait a little bit and see if I'm still hungry in like 20 minutes? Then I can go back for more, that kind of thing. And so far, honestly, it has been helping. I do think my stomach is actually shrinking and I'm getting full a lot faster, so that's exciting. And I'm still able to eat the foods that I enjoy without feeling guilty about it. So I think this is a much more sustainable way for me to eat, at least for now. This is what I'm going to be doing. So I am technically cutting back my calories by, you know, eating less portions or only 1 plate of food instead of 2, but without actually like doing the work to like count the calories, because honestly I'm the type of person that just takes things way too far, and I just take things way too far. I take it to the extreme, and then I do that for a few days, maybe a week, maybe even a month, and then I give up on it completely and just go the complete opposite way. So I don't want this to be like a diet. I want this to be a lifestyle change. I want this to be something I can sustain. So also I'm incorporating exercise. I do work full time and I have 3 days off in a row. And so I spend those days focusing on like my exercise, my working out, and I don't really work out on my 4 days that I work. However, I have noticed the past few weeks, I have been only working out 2 out of the 3 days. I'll find some kind of excuse. Oh, this is going on. I can't work out. Oh, I need to do this instead. Oh, I just don't really feel like it. I don't want to do it today. I think it happened like 3 weeks in a row. I don't honestly remember exactly, but it's happened way too many times and I cannot do that. I need to stop doing that. I need to get those 3 days in. Those 3 days are the only days in the week that I work out, and so I need to make sure I get every single day in. And also I feel like I haven't been pushing myself as hard, and so I need to really focus on pushing myself. I stopped that push-up challenge that I said I was gonna do, and honestly these past, I want to say 2 weeks, I've been struggling mentally. Honestly, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm starting to see changes on the scale, but I also started to feel kind of like more bad about myself than I would normally feel, and I just kind of wanted to give up. I kind of just wanted to binge eat on like comfort foods and just make bad choices. But I kept trying to tell myself not to do that, and it was honestly a huge mental struggle these past 2 weeks. Probably why I haven't been pushing myself as hard or trying to like get out of that extra day of working out, but it's been a little bit of a mental struggle. As of yesterday, I am starting to feel a little bit better and more motivated to get these workouts in. But anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and let's go ahead and get into the workouts that I did for this week.
Once felt I'm done with the defense, drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders, I'm closed off, that's what I told you. Soon enough, everything started to change. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights. Riding on the dizzying heights. Like nothing could stop us. Sunsets, remember the colors. They were wrong, it was way more than a dream. We climbed up, yeah, over the hillside. So right, we stood there all wide-eyed. You and I, floating on air in my mind. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights. I'm standing on the dizzying heights. Everything so much better, riding high on your river. You and I, we're climbing way up together, standing on dizzy heights. You make everything so much better, riding high on your river. You and I, we're climbing way up together, standing on dizzy heights. There's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights. Oh, I'm standing on the dizzying heights. Oh, I'm standing on the dizzying heights. Oh, I'm standing on the dizzying heights. Standing on the dizzying heights. Everything's so much better, riding high on your river. You and I, we're is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling.
Okay, so that's all the workouts that I did this week. Next week I'm definitely going to be pushing myself a lot harder. But let's go ahead and get into the weigh-in portion. So for my weight, when I started, like I said, I was 185.6 pounds. And last week on my weigh-in, I was 173.2. And for the past 2 weeks, I was 173 because I haven't been pushing myself as hard, and I just know that I could do better. So this week I did incorporate like the smaller portion sizes and just try to be a lot more mindful about what I'm eating. And my weigh-in, I was 172.2. So I lost a whole pound in that 1 week, and that is actually my goal right now. So they say healthy weight loss is about 1 to 2 pounds per week. Because I am breastfeeding, I don't really want to force myself to lose the 2 pounds a week. So I'm kind of shooting for 1 pound. Obviously, if I get more than 1 pound, I'm not going to complain about that. I'll be super happy. But I'm not going to like force myself too much to lose the weight faster. Also, you did not gain all this weight overnight. I have to always remind myself this because I struggle still looking at myself in the mirror, and I don't see who I want to see. And I get in these moods where I just hate my body. I hate what I look like. I hate myself. And I just want to lose the weight really, really fast and just look like what I want to look like, what I used to look like. But I have to keep reminding myself that you did not gain this weight overnight. You are not going to lose this weight overnight. It took years for me to put this weight on. I had 2 kids. Life happens. You get older. And it's something I'm struggling with, but I have to keep reminding myself that you didn't gain this weight overnight, so you're not going to lose it overnight. It's going to be a slow process. If you lose the weight fast, you can put it back on fast. So I really am trying to take it slow. But so 1 pound a week, that was 1 pound this week, so that was my goal. So I am happy about that. And I am down a total of 13.4 pounds. So that's super exciting. 13.4 pounds in 9 weeks. So I mentioned in a previous video, I think it was like 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, that I mentioned that I am making smaller weight loss goals on my way to my major weight loss goal. So my major weight loss goal is 120 pounds. So in my notes app on my phone, I actually have written down every single smaller weight loss goal that I want to reach until that major goal, along with a reward to go with it. I have several of them, but my main way I'm doing it is like I started at 185, and then my next weight loss goal was, my first weight loss goal was to get to 179. So I'm in like the 170 mark, and then 175, 169, 165, and so on and so forth. So I do encourage you guys to do the same thing. They don't have to be big rewards, but it really helps motivate you and keep you excited about losing the weight, instead of thinking about like, oh, you know, I started at 185 pounds and now I'm 172 pounds, but I still have to get to 120. I still need to lose like 50 pounds. Like, I'm never gonna get there. This is too much weight to lose, and then give up and just get discouraged. Instead, making those smaller goals really helps you stay motivated, stay encouraged, and then giving yourself a reward with those goals really helps as well. So I've been doing that. They don't have to be big rewards. Like literally one of my rewards, I think it was for 175. When I got to 175, I allowed myself to put a little bit of extra money into like some investing. Like just little things that you want to do that are going to make you happy. I have a spending problem. I always want to buy stuff from Amazon or from anywhere, really. If you don't know, I am on a journey to get out of $50,000 worth of debt. I'll link the playlist up here if you're interested. I do post my actual budget with real numbers and everything. I post a new video on that kind of stuff every single Sunday. If you want, go ahead, please subscribe so you don't miss those videos too. But anyway, I have a spending problem. One of the ways I'm trying to like get that under control is to figure out something that I want and like make that a reward for one of those weight loss goals. Like the investing, that was something I wanted to do. And it's like, okay, well, if I can get myself to 175, then I'll let myself do that. And it just kind of encourages you more like, oh, if I want to do this, I need to make sure I lose the weight. So my little goal for 169 is I'm going to reward myself with getting me some new like summer clothes. I haven't bought clothes for myself in years because honestly I just hate the way clothes look on me. But I'm gonna try and work past that and get some clothes that actually fit me, because right now, let's be honest, if you saw what this looked like on me from like the waist down, it's not flattering. My belly's hanging out. It's just not cute. So most of the clothes I wear when I go out are literally my fiance's clothes because my clothes are too small for me. I have barely any clothes that actually fit me. So I'm going to reward myself with a few new outfits for like the summertime. So that's something I want, and I think that's gonna make me work a lot harder to get to that 169 goal, and it'll make it really exciting. So I do encourage you guys to make little rewards with your smaller goals as well. It's really helpful. Okay, so now for my little measurement tracking. So I think it's a lot of fun to track different types of measurements that aren't as like obvious, like the weight you see on the scale or like your body measurements. And so I have this scale, it's called Renpho, and it measures a lot of different types of things like your body fat percentage, the subcutaneous fat, visceral fat, your metabolic age, like all of these different types of things that you wouldn't actually know like just by looking at you, or unless you're like actually like doing something to track it. So I always do this. I have the scale linked down below if you're interested. I got it on Amazon for like $32. It was not very expensive. It's a fun thing to track, and so I wanted to add it in here. So the first thing I have on my list is my BMI. So when I first started, my BMI was 30.2. Last week, my BMI was 28.2. And today, when I measured it, it was 28.0. And so that's a 0.2 change for the whole week. And I'm down a total of 2.2. So next I have my body fat percentage. So this is my whole body fat percentage. So my starting body fat percentage was 35.5%. Last week it was 32.4%, and today it was 32.1%. So that's 1 week loss of 0.3% and a total loss of 3.4%. Next up is my subcutaneous fat. So this is the fat that's around my muscles. So when I first started, it was 31.3%. Last week it was 28.7%, and today it was 28.4%. So another loss of 0.3%. And a total loss of 2.9%. Next up is my visceral fat. So this is the fat around my organs. So when I first started, it was at 12. Last week it was at 10, and today it was also at 10. So no loss for the week, but I'm down a total of 2. Next, we have my metabolic age. So this is the age that my body basically thinks that I am. For reference, I am 26 years old, and my metabolic age when I first started was 32. Last week it was 30, and this week it's actually 29. So that's so exciting. I'm getting so close to my actual age. So in 1 week I lost 1 age and a total of 3. So we're definitely making some progress here. It's really exciting to see these numbers go down. If you guys are looking for different ways to track your weight loss, honestly, the scale is really a fun way to do it. And like I said, it's not very expensive. It was like $32. I think you can even get one like a little bit cheaper, but I'll put the link down below. So one thing I realized is I never actually told you guys my height, so for like reference. So I am about 5'5", almost 5'6". But next we have the actual body measurements. And so the points of measurement that I do are my mid-thigh, my upper thigh, which is the biggest part of my thigh that rips on my pants all the time. I hate it so much. And then like my butt hip area, the largest part of my belly, my waistline, and then the largest part of my arm. So when I first started, my mid-thigh was 21 inches. Last week my mid-thigh was 21 inches, and today it was 19.5. So I lost 1.5 inches in 1 week and a total loss of 1.5 inches. And to be completely honest, I actually feel the difference. Like I noticed my pants kind of feel a little bit looser. Next I have my top thigh. So when I first started, it was 27 inches. Last week it was 25.5 inches, and today it was 25.5 inches. So no loss for the week on that part. And a total loss of 1.5 inches. My butt was 45 inches to start with. Last week it was 43 inches, and today it was also 43 inches. So no change for the week there, but a total loss of 2 inches. My belly when I first started was 41 inches. Last week it was 41 inches, and today it was 40 inches. So 1 loss for the week and 1 total loss. Next up I have my waist. So my starting waistline was 36.5 inches, and last week it was 34.5 inches, and today it was actually 33.5 inches. So I lost another inch off of that just in 1 week. And that's a total of 3 inches that I lost from my waistline. Next up is the biggest part of my arm. So when I first started, it was at 15 inches. Last week it was at 14 inches, and today was also at 14 inches. So no change for the week, but I am still 1 inch down for total. So that's everything I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.